Hey guys, Ash here. I purposefully left this a little untidy so you can see that. But yeah, my progress over the last 4 years, it's been astonishing. And I got inspired to do this video by a comment I got, and sometimes I get good comments, sometimes bad ones. Who knows, it's 50-50. And I was inspired by it. I wanted to make a video and actually admit the changes and go over the things that I've felt the most over the last 4 years. But yeah, as you can see, I still struggle with a bit of laziness, perhaps. You know, because dirty clothes, clean clothes and bags, plus some Swedish candy I didn't finish. And yeah, that's basically... can't reach the light. That's basically what it's like to be me, yeah. Sometimes I'm lazy and sometimes I'm having seizures. And you can see I'm too lazy to even do my own hair. And it's also that it's too long and I don't know what to do with it while it's growing out. But essentially I'm looking to change how I look, change my hairstyle, not look like this, you know. This is not very trendy. But yeah, I'm changing from this stupid hairstyle. Looking to do a Sam Winchester maybe, if I can. But you're not here for that, you're here for the transformation. So 4 years ago, on my 20th birthday, I became disabled. Or rather, I was made disabled. Over very many years, but that's the date. That's the date where it all caught up and I hit a wall, couldn't do anything about it. The farther I pushed forward, the farther back I got. It's like being on ice and you're trying to get to the end of it, but the whole field is just covered in this brick wall. So yeah, you put some amount of effort in, you get closer to your goal, but then if you put more effort, you'll actually get further back, because you're pushing against that wall. And that's where my life was at. Then I lived with my toxic mom for a year, who was really a bitch, let's be honest, and she kept saying she loved me, but she just let me starve for 2 months in her care, so I don't really believe her. I believe she has the chemical reaction of love in her head, but she doesn't actually love as in acting, because there's one type of love that is feelings and another one is acting, and acting love is what true love is, and she didn't do that. So it's a year after I became disabled, I moved into this welfare apartment, and in a few months I'll get kicked out if I can't contact a bunch of companies and send in documents. Because yeah, I have these many papers here, and there's a list here of at least 10 things I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things here. 6 things. And I've never even heard of any of these, and some of them I know where to get because they're saying it here. Like 3 of these they say where to get, the other 3 they don't. And I need to get that in order to renew my contract for an extra 3 years. God damn it, hairdo. Hairdo, stop. But yeah, we can go physically, right? So I became disabled. I had abs, I had muscles, I'd worked out in the gym, stuff was great. Then sadly, I accidentally had a nightmare where I was under the ice and I was trying to get up from the ice, and I woke up in that moment. Bang! Banged my head right into a nightstand that was bolted to the floor. And some people may say, why didn't you sleep on the other side of the bed? Well, though in hindsight 2020, but actually no, if I lie on my left side and I hit a nightstand, then guess what? If I still lie on my left side, on the other side of the bed, then I'll hit a wall. Same result. Bang my head. And that led to this big bump in the middle of the head, very red. And I think I've removed most videos from that time, but my face was horrible. Terrible. Everything was just so red, lots of red blemishes, and that's because that banging on the head led a huge bump to appear here. A bump. Let's remove that hair. Oh my god, that looks terrible. Yeah, big bump here I can feel still. And I developed some stuff on my cheeks. That hairstyle doesn't even look too bad, I don't know anymore. Help. Editing, who needs that? Oh my god, that looks That looks like shit. Oh my god. Whatever. We'll roll, okay? But yeah, all these bumps appeared, and they weren't like pimples. There was actually just hard blood plates in them. So the one on my forehead that I popped out, just one plate at a time, just until it made like a unicorn horn of blood. Nasty, nasty stuff. So now there's a scar there. If you were to zoom in, you could maybe see a scar. Not with this camera, it's not close enough. But yeah, there's a scar there, and next to the scar there's a big pore, essentially. And nothing is in it, but if I squeeze, then something white comes out. It's always like that, so I just leave it alone. And that kinda sucks. And this bump over here, I couldn't pop that for 1 or 2 years, I don't remember which. I think 1 year actually. That's when I noticed a little dark area. Took a knife, pushed it far in, and suddenly I felt a pop. And it hurt a lot, but I managed to drain slowly by squeezing and pulling, pushing, whatever. Then all that infected pus came out. And I don't know about the bumps here. I can feel one bump here that I never got to drain because there's so little in it. And the ones I did drain, they left like craters or indentations maybe, whatever you want to call it. But at least they became skin colored over time, so I'm not fully red in the face, and those old videos, I'm gonna keep them private. I'm not gonna publish them again because that looked just terrible. But also I had 10 medical conditions back when I became disabled, and that sucked massively. Sucked donkey dick, that's what it did. Then I defeated 4 of them, but over the next 2 years my doctor of course refused to send me to an eye doctor. And that led to me spending hundreds of euros on private eye doctors, and they all said use steroids and cell poisoning 5 times a day and get a real eye doctor. Sadly, our system is really stupid, and it says you need to get a doctor through your main doctor, so I had to go to my main doctor to get a real eye doctor, but she refused to send me to one, and there was nothing I could do. So, yeah, I ended up developing cataracts. So, despite my best efforts, I ended up, sadly, developing cataracts, and I'm gonna have that for the rest of my life, because it's gonna keep coming back, since I need steroids. So, like, I can quit steroids and cell poisoning, but then the inflammation in my eye will choke it. My eye will choke, not get oxygen, the skin, the tissue, it will die, it will get inflamed. Very, very painful, not good. I can keep using the steroids and cell poisoning, but then I develop cataracts and my vision goes foggy and eventually becomes painful, and then they need to slice my eye open and take it out. Not take out the eye, but take out the cataracts inside the eye. That's not fun either. So I'm up to 7 conditions now, I guess, more or less. And I've been in so many lines, you know, so many waiting lists, that finally we're having my paralyzing seizures diagnosed. The ones that I had 10 hours a day, almost every day 4 years ago. Yeah, we're having that finally being checked out. And either it's genetic, like the neurologist is saying, or it's like what my psychologist said years ago. It's that I've been through so much tough shit that my body just says, no, enough is enough, I need rest, and it forces me to be paralyzed. So it's one or the other, and if it's genetic, there is treatment. If it's not genetic, then I'm stuck, then I'm fucked. But, you know, living on welfare for these 4 years now, there are some rules, right? You're on this kind of welfare, looking for work welfare, because you haven't been diagnosed as disabled. That means they can take your money away at any time. They can just do it whenever they want. And you have to meet certain standards and follow certain rules and like regulations, or you get punished. And one of them is being forced into work. And they forced me into 3 jobs so far. The first one led me into the second one. The third one was supposed to lead me into a 4th one, but a glitch in the system happened where this link in the chain broke. And things need to happen properly in the government. It needs to happen step by step by step. And without the step, I got a 2-year-long vacation. Fucking beautiful, man. So awesome. But here's the thing. Back when I became disabled, right, the university didn't want to listen to me. So they stole all my money, and then some. Then they deleted my university email accounts. I couldn't trace our deals back. I couldn't prove that they promised me the things they did. And I tried contacting them on my private email before this, but they replied to zero. They did not reply to my personal email at all. They only replied to my university email account, which I thought was weird, but that was what I had. And then they ended up deleting it, so I couldn't actually say that they had lied to me, because, god damn it, I didn't keep evidence. I should have screenshot the deals they made me on that account, but I didn't think they would delete it. I mean, you were supposed to have that account so you could use it if you continued to the second year, third year, and so on. Nope. And in those 4 months that I starved in total, 2 months in England, 2 months at home, I lost all the muscles I worked for. I lost my abs, lost my arm muscles that were beautiful. I lost all reasons to look at myself in the mirror, essentially. And the stupid double chin that I developed from the injections I have to take, yeah, that became very visible at that low weight. Because I weighed 50 kilos after starvation, after just 60 days or 2 months. I weighed 50 kilos, which puts me 30 kilograms below where I should be. 80 kilos is the golden weight for me, but 70 to 90 is okay. It's completely fine to be between those weights. Problem being that 2 weeks after I got a normal amount of food, I went straight up to 85 kilograms. Then I was ashamed, didn't weigh myself until I moved out into this this apartment, and I weighed 104 kilograms. And the only changes in my weight so far has been going on vacation, putting me up to 107, and then I lost that down to 104 again. Then I tried a noodle diet at some point, not too long ago, which got me down to 102. Then I tried 4 different exercise programs, one of which was biking. Biking made me lose 10 kilograms in 30 days, which was amazing progress, but it was temporary. And as I said, I have paralyzing seizures, and the problem being that any form of activity that I discovered in the 2-year vacation I had is that, yeah, any form of activity will increase the seizures, both their duration and the frequency. So no, I can't just bike to lose weight, because then I'll end up with so many seizures that I can't even bike anymore and the weight will just come back. So the problem is that I live in this sort of life where the more I push, the more I get pulled, actually. So if I try to go forward, I'll actually end up being pushed back because of these medical problems. You can essentially imagine that everybody else, they walk across this ice, no problem, there's no hindrance, but for me there is a brick wall there in my path, but also I have this rubber band attached to my entire body, so the farther out I go, the harder that rubber band pulls. But if I get far enough, then there's just this wall I can't get across, I can't get over it, can't get around, I'm just stuck. I feel a little stuck in my life. But it's alright, I guess. I mean, I lost the muscles that I worked so hard to get, and I wanted to work out since kindergarten, and now I can't, because I tried an entire 4 different programs. One made by personal trainers, didn't work, made me horribly sick. The biking program, again, made me horribly sick, way sicker than anything else. Then I tried working out with friends, which was okay, but it was only okay because I attended half of all the exercises, and after 3 months I felt like I was gonna become just as sick anyway, and I had actually become weaker, so that didn't work. Then again I tried working out in the gym on my own with my own exercise program, same results, I got sicker, weaker, more fatigued, didn't work. So over the span of like 3 years in total, I tried these 4 programs, and all of them made my fatigue get worse, so I had to go in bed several times a day. Sometimes I spend 2 hours in bed just lying there resting because I'm exhausted. And normally, You know, when I'm not active and I'm just sitting indoors, it's fine. Maybe I'll go there once a day, maybe no times a day. Then there are the seizures that get worse, and when they are at their worst, it's gonna be minimum 6 hours a day where I'm completely paralyzed. And on top of that, I'll still need to rest from the fatigue. But then, you know, with exercise, I also don't gain muscle. I don't become stronger. I become weaker because I'm not able to recover fast enough. And that's really weird. Like, I used to work out really well, actually. Like, my strength would increase at a regular pace. My muscles would develop really fast. Like when I started working out for six packs with just the sit-ups, it took 2 months to get really visual results, and that was nice. And yeah, I forgot what else I wanted to say, but I had good results the first time around. But I think because I started for 4 months, something's changed physically here. But also me being at 104 kilos now, and that being where my body wants to be, that kind of makes me think that my body is prepared for 4 months of starvation again. Because I lost 27 kilos during the first 2 months. And I don't know at all how many I lost during the other 2. But what is 77 plus 27? That should be, I don't know, 84, 104, right? 104. So it kinda seems like my body is prepared to lose 27 kilos a month. No, not a month. 27 kilos every other month for 4 months in total. And I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is how the human body works. But yeah, I've made no progress to lose that weight or to gain muscle. And it stinks. And since the exercise programs didn't work, I tried 8 different diets in total. 8. Freaking 8, I tell you. And didn't work. As I said, the noodle diet was the only thing that actually caused weight loss, but that was on a theory from my friend that if I ate something void of nutrients or nutrition, then my body would have to burn fat to keep up. And it didn't really do it. Sadly. And I even tried eating as low as 1500 calories, which is really, really low, but no weight loss. 3 weeks of eating 1500 calories, I should have lost something, but no, nothing. And even working out with 1800 calories, which should guarantee a weight loss, it didn't. So now I'm still eating 2100 a day, more or less. It varies a little bit, but it's alright. I don't even remember all the diets I tried right now, but I know I tried vegetarian, I tried eating more salmon, I tried eating more chicken, I tried more vegetables, I tried eating very spicy to the point where I got some bladder problems from having too much spice. So I actually had to dial it back down, and then everything was good. So essentially I've tried everything I possibly could to get healthy again and not be disabled, but I am disabled. And even writing on my novel, even that could make me have a seizure or increase the frequency of them. So I'm kind of stuck. Like, I'm trying not to be disabled the best way I can, but nope. Physical work doesn't work, doing my chores doesn't work, writing doesn't work. I can pretty much only watch anime, watch movies, watch TV shows, and play video games. Oh yeah, and chat with friends. Those are basically the things I can do without problems. And I think I need activities that give me energy back for me to be able to do this, but I'm not 100% sure. It's awkward, you know. It takes a long time to try everything. But I've gotten a good doctor now, so that's good. And I feel very good mentally. And I feel good physically. Sure, I'm on a pizza diet where most of the stuff I eat is pizza, but I did a dedicated video to that, and stuff is fine. I've had blood tests done that show that my pizza diet actually works. So, yeah, just gotta have some variety in there so I don't become intolerant to pizza. and then it's good. And you know, my pain is pretty low, like it's returning a little bit as my immune system gets better at attacking my medicine, but overall I'm having very low amounts. Some amounts, but not crazy amounts. And I'm feeling good. You know, I've helped my sister out a lot, helped her move in and do stuff at her apartment. And that's just been every few months, like on average I've been called in maybe once every 3 months or something, so it's not bad. But I really discover how weak I am now, how much this Bechdrev's disease and not working out is robbing me of my strength. And that kind of sucks. And you know, every time I look down, there's this big fat bouncy belly that I didn't used to have. And the starvation made my thighs so what should I call them? So tight, or so well, made the skin kind of stretchy, or stretched rather, so I can't actually inject in my legs anymore, and I hate that. That's where I used to put my medicine, but now it needs to go in my big fat fucking belly. Fucking belly flop. I don't like it. I don't approve. Like, I'm really nervous with needles around the belly, but yeah, I don't want another episode where I lose 95% of my strength and speed just to having pain. So yeah, temporary pain from injecting in the belly. I'll choose that every day over letting Bechdrev's disease progress. Just no thanks, no thanks. I don't want to become weak again. No. And also the cat tree behind me, I'm gonna watch a kitty for a week, so you'll see that one soon. And that's the one I actually wanted to adopt, but my sister chose to adopt it, and that's fine. And that's one of the ways that I help her, by watching a cat, I guess. And I've donated $1,500 to charity, at least to one charity. Plus I donated every month to St. Jude's Hospital for 2 years, I think. And then I also donated €200 to help an engineer study in high school because he couldn't afford it. And I feel pretty good about that, you know. And I started 3D printing. I bought a really expensive Albion sword, and I can't wait to get my hands on that. It's gonna be so good. I wanted one of those since kindergarten, okay? And I've been lusting for this one sword for like 3 years, and man, I finally actually bought it. I finally saved up after donating way too much to charity. And now I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it in a very long time, in 2018, but I'm gonna get it, and it's gonna be great. I love swords, I love medieval history, I love armor. Like, I don't remember my favorite one, but oh man, it's great to have something like that, something that helped shape history, and have it in my hands. And because of that, I'm also gonna take up leatherworking. You know, I don't know how much I can do it, I don't know if that's gonna make my seizures and fatigue worse, but I need to experiment with things that are exciting and new. And that's gonna be fun. So I'll buy a bunch of leatherworking tools, buy some leather, age that for a few months, and then I'll make a sheath for the sword. And that's actually pretty good. And I even did my first 3D designing. Let's see, the camera's reversed and it's confusing me. Right there, I designed that thing. I 3D printed that stupid thing right there. And that can hold 42 bottles, or however many it was. 48 bottles. So I can store them upside down, and there's no advantage to that, but yeah, it's really a drying rack, but with my adapters that I made, it's now a storage rack. So it takes a very low footprint, and I made sure that the weight is okay from 48 bottles weighing roughly 25 kilograms, you know, more or less. And the corner blocks can all hold a certain amount of weight. I think it's 10 kilos each, and there's 4 of them, so they can hold 40 kilos. So yeah, and I don't know how weight distribution is gonna work throughout the whole thing. Like, will everything truly rest on those 4 corners? I don't know. But yeah, that's fun. And I started home brewing, making some mead, also known as honey wine, and I'm just into chemistry and science and all of that, so with the money I'm able to save up while living on welfare, I'm of course gonna do whatever the fuck I want. You know, it's my money. Whether I want to keep it, save it, use it for charity or my own benefit, doesn't matter. So I'm saving up for a cat, saving up for tax on the sword I'm importing, and I'm also spending money on home brewing. And yeah, I'm gonna make a grapefruit kiwi wine that's not even for me. It's for one of my good friends who's helped me out a lot. And he's actually 67, I think. Really old. I'm 24, you know. But you meet all kinds of interesting people on the internet. So I'm gonna make that grapefruit kiwi wine and ship a few bottles over to him. Give some to my sister, maybe even age some and give them to my mom after Christmas 2018. Like I'm keeping the brewing a secret from my mom because I'm gonna make her some strawberry mead. So strawberry honey wine. I'm gonna age that for 6 to 9 months. Then give it to her on Christmas, like 2.5 liters of it, and if I like it, I'll keep 2.5 liters myself. And it's after that's when she could get whatever's left over of the kiwi grapefruit wine that I probably will not like because I hate bitter stuff. I like sweet. But I'm not even homebrewing to drink. I don't drink, I don't care. I don't care about any drugs, and I'm immune to addiction, so I'm really just doing it because I love chemistry. I love just making something with my hands, and it's something that smells really freaking good. I mean, sometimes I go over there just smelling the bubbles coming out of the airlock on the bottle, and it's interesting. And I did manage to drink, I think, 1.5 liters of wine in total. But then I learned that, oh shit, it actually goes bad if you open 5 liters at once and you keep pouring a glass every night. So yeah, that was an experience. Had to throw out 2 liters, maybe 2.5. So that was kind of bad. But you know, it's experimentation, you know. I don't really care that I had to throw it out because the joy was making it. And that's pretty nice. Also can't wait to grow out my hair and get that hairstyle I want, if it even fits. And I mentioned this double chin earlier, you know, the one I'm developing because of my injections, sadly. Well, that's why I have a beard. And I really want a full beard, that's what I want to be cleanly shaven. But I've experimented with a lot of different hairstyles, not hairstyles, beard styles. And I'm using this to cover up the double chin because it makes people not notice. And in some old videos, I don't know if I privated them or not, but people were commenting on that and insulting and all of that, and it's not nice. It's not very nice of people. But as soon as I put this there, boom, no comments. So it's working. The only people commenting on it would be my mom and my sister, constantly nagging and like, shut the fuck up. I want a beard. Shut up. Let me have a beard, okay? My life, my decisions. You think it looks like pubes? Whatever. I don't give a shit, okay? It's way better than me feeling that this overwhelmingly powerful chin is the center of attention. Like, it's even hard to show it off in the camera now because the line right here is being hidden by the beard, while this chin to double chin line used to be very obvious. You know, can't even fucking show it. Like, you can kind of see it there because of the shirt, you know, like that's where it starts. So that's kind of a mighty double chin right there. And the puffy cheeks are from an infection when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I had an infection in my cheek and they just blew up, never shrunk back down, sadly. So when you have that, plus you have a huge double chin caused by an injection, then yeah, people tend to insult you for how you look. The funny thing though is that the only person who ever called me fat was someone who did it when I had my abs and was actually perfectly healthy, 77 kilograms, lots of muscles. So you know, people on the internet, you can't really say that they're calling you stuff because it's true, because they'll say whatever to make themselves feel better about their own terrible lives, you know? So yeah, but at least I know I'm a guy who really tries and never stops trying until I get proven wrong. And yeah, I guess I want to say this before I end the video, and I don't know if I'll end the video soon or not. It's been too long already. This is one of my old rambly videos already, where I used to talk for an hour at a time. But how I dealt with these medical problems over the last 2 to 4 years? It's simple. I gave up. At some point I stopped fighting, and that actually made it better. It turns out that, as I said, I'm essentially surrounded by a rubber band that pulls me back the farther I go forward, you know? Pulls me back harder the more I move forward. Yes, the more I move forward, the harder I get pushed back, so what I learned was to find this middle ground that feels okay. I essentially drew this circle around me, around my life, or a bubble perhaps, where I stay inside this, and that's my comfort zone. And stepping outside that will increase the seizures I have, increase the tiredness. It will agitate my eating problem, my sleeping problem, and so on. But if I stay in that bubble, I'm okay. And I invested in a dishwasher, and that's now helping me with the dishes. And they were the biggest cause of my seizures, I have to tell you. That was the #1 thing that made them bad. But now the goalpost has kind of been moved from doing the dishes to putting them into the dishwasher, and that's difficult. Mentally, that's difficult. Like, I'm having the same issue I had with doing the dishes, it's just now I gotta move them. Because the dishwasher is in the bathroom, because I can't have it in the kitchen, since the kitchen was designed wrong. Thanks, welfare department. Cheap bastards, not building stuff up to code. But yeah, it's at least easier now, because as soon as I have a good day and I'm able to move the dishes into the dishwasher, then it's no problem. You know, just carry them, put in the tablet, turn it on, boom. And that's so easy, while doing the dishes would actually take a lot longer by hand, take a lot more energy and effort, and then make me sick. But this way it's okay. Like, it could take 2 weeks before something gets washed, which is a little bit nasty, but that's better than something taking 9 months. Yeah, that's how long it used to take to get certain things cleaned, okay? That's very alarming. And that's because I'm afraid of these seizures. They have power over me where I'm afraid. And they will legitimately get worse if I do the dishes anyway, so, you know, it's a lose-lose scenario. I can choose seizures, or I can choose to be afraid of them. And I'm just goddamn tired, because for over a year I had seizures 6 to 10 hours a day, every day. And when you lose so many hours for an entire year, you get so fed up. But yeah, the same problem now happens with clean laundry as I have over here. And you know, the used clothes are over there. Sure, they were all used for 2 or 3 days, so it's not that bad. But you know, that my mom's gonna pick that up tomorrow and clean that for me, because again, I can't do my chores, physical activity, writing, all that makes me sick. So tomorrow my mom's gonna pick up that, do the laundry for me, and she has some old clean stuff that I'm also gonna get, so that's good. And the other laundry that I actually have in the laundry basket where it should be, you know, that she's gonna get that too, and that's good. That's good, I'm getting help, you know, at least a little bit. And when it comes to the cardboard trash, I sadly can't deal with that. Again, too many seizures, and again with the rubber band analogy, so I just give up. When I order stuff online, or when I eat too many pizzas, because let's be honest, I consume probably 1 pizza a day on average throughout the year. So I just end up throwing that in my storage room over there, past the kitchen, yeah. And that's where I have now hundreds of pizza boxes, and there's one trash bag that's full with them, and then there's one that I started on, and then I just I gave up, just threw the boxes in there. I just threw them in there. It's completely chaos. It's chaotic, but that's fine. And the next time they put out the big trash container outside, I'm gonna empty everything and put it in there. And that's how I deal with it. Because I'll get seizures if I take care of it normally, and there's no way I can keep up. because I would need to go at a certain speed or a certain rate to get rid of the boxes. Like if I get 30 boxes a month, then obviously I need to meet that demand. I need to get 30 boxes out to be at an equilibrium, but I can't do it. I can't keep up. I could maybe do 10 a month, so it would reduce the amount of stacking up, and I would get a few extra seizures back without being burdened by too many of them. But ultimately, what's the point? What's the point in reducing the problem by that little, when instead I can just wait for the trash container to be moved outside, then get rid of everything in one day, and then maybe I'll have 3 seizures because of that, That 1 hour of work, maybe I'll have 3 seizures at some point in the next 2 weeks because of that. And that's way better, and then I'm free from stress the rest of the year. And since it's just cardboard, it doesn't really matter. And that's what I think is an appropriate solution. And it sucks, I'm disabled and I should be able to take care of an apartment and a normal amount of trash myself, but I can't. I just can't. Can't keep up. I'm too weak. I'm too exhausted. I'm having too many seizures. And I'm not getting the help that I need because the government doesn't recognize me as disabled, even though they tested me 3 different jobs, and all of them proved that I was very fucking disabled. Anywhere from, what should we say, 80% to 95%. I mean, university proved I was missing 95% of my classes, so, yeah. High school proved I was gone 4 days, 7 days, 14 days, then 35 days, year by year. So, it got worse over time. And then the university happened after that, so, yeah. That should be enough proof. But no. Stupid system. But then, what other chores do I have? I have, burps. Why do I always burp and fart so much? I don't know. But yeah, when it comes to paper trash, like newspaper, again, a little bit of a problem, but it's fine. Like right now, the bucket where I put the newspapers, it's fallen over because there was too much in it. I was just sitting here watching some Netflix, and then suddenly I heard the trash can fall over. So, any day now, I'm gonna get energy and take it out, but today, no. If I take it out today, I'm gonna have a seizure. I can feel it in my spine. It's not bad. It's not a good day to do it. But at some point, walking over the trash will piss me off enough to overpower this, and then I'll take it out. And that's the first time it's actually fallen over. But typically, I save up newspaper until I have 2 trash bags, and then I take all of that out at the same time, and that's good. And with food trash, it's typically just plastic, because I don't buy foods anymore that leave food waste, so that's good. So, because I have problems taking out the trash, it's pretty good. I don't throw out anything that can actually fester and stink. But still, it's a little bit of a problem, but usually I'm able to do it every 2 or 3 weeks. Sometimes I'm lucky and I can do it 2 or 3 weeks in a row, every week, but nah. It's a little bit of a problem, but I've managed to find an equilibrium, as I said, where that rubber band, or the paralyzing seizures, they are kept at a distance and it doesn't hurt me too much. So I'm able to maximize the amount of fun I have, the amount of time with my friends, the amount of time I play video games and watch movies and stuff. And I love it. Fucking love it. Like, my life is okay. The first 22 years, yeah, they were shit. Really fucking shit. Very shit. I shouldn't have had 50 years of medical malpractice already. I shouldn't have experienced 15 different medical conditions, but that's life. And I thought of this 30 minutes ago, but yeah, I applied for compensation for all of that bullshit. Like, I brought all the evidence I had, I said I wanted compensation, that was it. And then they said, nope, can't have it, because you were supposed to report your classmates, teachers, and doctors to the police when you were a child. Something you wouldn't know about, but that's what you were supposed to do. And that's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. And I didn't even say how much I wanted, I just said I wanted compensation. And it's roughly 4.2 million US dollars that that's the misfortune I've been through is worth. But that's only counting those 3 areas. I think I went through 7 or 8 bad areas in my life, so just 3 of those alone would be worth 4.2 million US dollars. And those 3 are special because they are related to the government, seeing as the doctors and teachers are government employees, and the classmates, they are the responsibility of the teachers are the responsibility of the government. Therefore, all 3 are the responsibility of the government. But I didn't just have wrong people in those areas. I had the wrong parents that didn't believe me while I grew up. So they didn't go through efforts to preventing these things. And I had some bad genetics, I guess. 1 bad gene, that's all I have. 1 gene that fucks it up. That made it so much easier for people to bully me and for complications to happen. Then my grandparents that knew about the bad genes but didn't tell anyone. And they have multiple bad genes, and they could be the very reason why I'm having paralyzing seizures. We don't know that yet, we'll find out in the future. But the fact that they are staying silent and not saying anything and didn't say anything while I grew up, that's pretty bad. Then there's the university that I studied at, and I already said that. They lied to me, deceived me, stole all my money, and they are the reason why I'm obese. Why I lost all my muscles, why I starved. And those are the 7 big areas where I got screwed over by life. And now I'm just basically the world's sickest man, at least according to quantity, not quality. What should I do, man? I don't know. I mean, I was only raised to sit on my butt and play video games, so I guess that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe use this joystick over here. Play some spaceship games, yeah. And hopefully I'll get through these documents to keep my apartment, because I don't want to move back with my mom. Nope. And that's actually a pretty good closing statement I can give, based on these papers. And it's that I tried filling them out, and I got stuck on my name for the first time. It's like saying name, last name, first name. And I got stuck and then tried writing and I couldn't, nothing came out. Then I took a piece of paper, let's see, is it this one? Yeah. It's actually this one. Let's see, there's some sensitive information here. Nope. But yeah. Let's see, nothing else sensitive here, that's fine. But essentially, when I realized I couldn't write my name, I tried right here to write the word OK. And that's one hell of an O I'm pointing to. Can't even see that. But I remember I spelled essentially a big weird O, then a D instead of a K. And then it was like A, Q, E, Q, Q, A. Like 10 A's in a row, essentially. But then eventually I was able to spell OK, as you can see I wrote that 2 times there. But, like, what the fuck is this? That's how I tried writing OK the first time? All of those symbols over there? Like, what the fuck? I mean, that had me really fucking worried and weirded out. Like, what? Like, my hand was just writing that when I was trying to do OK, and it was like it was stuck on the A. I don't get it. Like, I was clear in the head, so it's just in the hand. But that's essentially where I am mentally right now. So you can see that I'm okay emotionally, and mentally I seem completely okay, and then something like that happens. So I'm not sure if I should say I'm mentally okay or not, because I feel completely fine, and physically, mentally, and emotionally are 3 healths, the pillars of humankind, right? They feel completely fine, and yet I got stuck right there writing my name. But then 2 days later, when I turned back, boom, no problem, filled out everything, and now I just need to call a whole bunch of people and get documents I've never seen before. Then I can keep my apartment. Yeah. So yeah, rambly video, 45 minutes, just like the old times. I guess I haven't changed. So hope you enjoyed, thanks for watching, see you next time.